You are driving at night. The road stretches out before you, long and dark and empty. The yellow lines in the centre of the road glow softly under your headlights. They seem to pull you forward, one after another, in a rhythm that feels almost like breathing. The dashboard lights are dim. They cast a soft green glow across your hands on the steering wheel. The numbers on the speedometer barely move. You're not in a hurry. There is nowhere you need to be, not really. Just this road, and the night, and the gentle hum of the engine beneath you. Outside, the world is quiet. The trees on either side of the road are dark shapes against a darker sky. You cannot see their leaves, only their silhouettes. They lean in slightly, as if they are watching you pass, as if they have been waiting for someone to drive this road tonight. You have been driving for a long time. You cannot remember exactly when you started. It might have been an hour ago. It might have been longer. Time feels different out here, on a road like this. The minutes stretch and blur together. 1 mile looks the same as the last. The next mile will look the same as this one. But you do not mind. There is something peaceful about driving at night, something calming. The rest of the world is asleep, and you are here, moving through the darkness, alone with your thoughts. The hum of the tyres on the road is steady. The engine purrs softly. These sounds become a kind of music, a lullaby for the open road. You pass a sign. It is old and slightly crooked, the paint faded by years of sun and rain. You cannot quite read what it says. The words are too worn, the letters too dim in the sweep of your headlights. But it does not matter. You know you are going in the right direction. You can feel it. The air outside is cool. You have the window cracked open just a little, and the night air slips inside. It smells like pine trees and damp earth. It smells like autumn, even though you're not sure what season it really is. The air moves across your face, gentle and soft, and it makes you feel awake and drowsy at the same time. The road curves gently to the left. You follow it without thinking. Your hands move the wheel smoothly, easily. You have been driving for so long that it feels automatic now. Your body knows what to do. Your mind is free to wander. You think about where you have been. You think about where you are going. You think about the people you have known, the places you have seen. You think about how strange it is to be here, on this road, in the middle of the night, with nothing but the darkness and the trees and the endless stretch of pavement ahead of you. And then you see it, a shape, standing by the side of the road. At first, you're not sure it is real. It could be a shadow. It could be a trick of the light. But as you get closer, the shape becomes clearer. It is a person. Someone standing there, just off the shoulder, facing the road, facing you. You slow down, not quickly, not with alarm, just a gentle easing off the gas pedal. The car slows, and the shape grows larger in your headlights. You can see more details now. The person is wearing dark clothes, a coat maybe, or a jacket. It is hard to tell. Their face is turned toward you, but you cannot make out their features. Not yet. They are not moving. They are just standing there, still and quiet, as if they have been waiting, as if they knew you would come. You pull the car over to the side of the road. The tyres crunch softly on the gravel. You come to a stop a few feet away from the person. Your headlights shine on them now, bright and clear, but somehow they still seem a little blurred, a little uncertain, like they're standing just slightly out of focus. You leave the engine running. The hum continues, steady and low. It is comforting, that sound. It reminds you that you are still here, still real, still connected to the world. You roll down the window a little more. The cool air rushes in, and you lean toward the opening. You can see the person more clearly now. They are young, you think. Or maybe not. It is hard to say. Their face is pale, and their eyes are dark. They do not smile. They do not frown. They just look at you, calm and quiet. "Do you need a ride?" you ask. Your voice sounds strange in the silence. It sounds too loud, too present. But the person does not seem startled. They nod just once, a slow, deliberate movement. "Yes," they say. Their voice is soft. It is hard to hear over the engine. "I need to get home." You hesitate for a moment. Not because you're afraid. You are not. There is nothing frightening about this person. They seem tired, more than anything. Tired and lost and far from where they need to be. "Get in," you say. They walk to the passenger side of the car. Their footsteps are quiet on the gravel. You hear the door open, a soft click, and then they slide into the seat beside you. They close the door gently, and suddenly the car feels smaller, more enclosed. The air feels heavier, thicker, as if the night itself has climbed inside with them. You glance over. They're sitting very still, their hands folded in their lap. They are looking straight ahead, out at the road. Their profile is pale in the dim light of the dashboard. You notice that they are not wearing a seatbelt, but you do not say anything. It does not seem important somehow. "Where are you headed?" you ask. They do not look at you. "Just up the road," they say, "not far." You nod even though they cannot see you. You put the car back into drive and pull onto the road again. The tyres hum, the engine purrs, everything returns to the way it was before, except now you are not alone. The road continues, dark and empty. You drive in silence for a while. The person beside you does not speak. They do not move. They just sit there, quiet and still, watching the road. You want to ask them questions. You want to know who they are, where they came from, why they were standing out there in the middle of nowhere. But something stops you. Something about the silence feels important, feels necessary, so you just drive. The trees pass by on either side. The yellow lines keep pulling you forward. The night wraps around the car like a blanket, soft and dark and endless, and you realize that you do not mind the silence. It is peaceful in a way. There is something soothing about having another person beside you, even if they do not speak, even if you do not know them. It makes the night feel less lonely, less vast. You pass another sign. This one is even more faded than the last. You cannot read it at all, but the person beside you shifts slightly in their seat, as if they have seen something you have not. "It is close now," they say quietly. You glance over at them. "What is?" you ask. "Home," they say. Their voice is so soft, so distant, that you almost wonder if they said anything at all. But you heard them. You're sure of it. You look back at the road. Up ahead, you see a mailbox. It is the first sign of a habitation you have seen in miles. The mailbox is old, leaning slightly to one side, and beyond it is a long driveway that disappears into the trees. There are no lights, no house visible from the road, just the driveway, narrow and dark. "Here," the person says. You slow down and pull over, the car crunching on the gravel again. You come to a stop in front of the mailbox. The person beside you does not move at first. They just sit there, staring out at the driveway. "Thank you," they say finally. They reach for the door handle. You want to say something. You want to ask if they're sure this is the right place. There is no house, no lights, just trees and darkness. But before you can speak, they open the door and step out into the night. The cool air rushes in again. The person closes the door softly, and you watch as they walk toward the driveway. Their figure is dim in the red glow of your tail lights. They walk slowly, steadily, and they do not look back. You watch them go. They reach the edge of the driveway, and then they keep walking into the trees, into the darkness. You wait, expecting them to turn on a light, or call out, or do something to show that they have reached their destination. But they do not. They just walk, and then they are gone. You sit there for a moment, alone in the car. The engine hums. The dashboard lights glow softly. The night presses against the windows, and you realize that you do not know if they are real. You do not know if you just gave a ride to a person, or to something else. Something that wanders these roads at night searching for a way home. But it does not frighten you. If anything, it makes you feel calm. There is something strangely comforting about the idea that you are not the only one out here, driving through the darkness looking for something, that there are others, even if they are not quite like you, even if they are only echoes of something that used to be. You put the car back into drive, you pull onto the road again, and the night wraps around you once more. The road stretches out ahead, long and dark and empty. The yellow lines glow softly under your headlights. The trees lean in, watching, and you keep driving. Because that is what you do, out here on the open road. You drive, and you watch, and you wonder. You wonder about the people you meet. You wonder about the places you pass. You wonder about the stories that live in the shadows, waiting for someone to find them. You've been driving for a long time now. The minutes blur together. The miles stretch on. You cannot remember when you started, and you cannot imagine when you will stop. But it does not matter. Out here, on a road like this, Time is different. Distance is different. Everything is softer, slower, gentler. You pass another town. It is small, just a handful of buildings clustered around a single traffic light. The light is red, and you slow down, even though there are no other cars. You sit there, waiting, watching the light glow against the darkness. It changes to green, and you drive on. The buildings fade behind you. The road continues, and you realize that you have been on this road before, not this exact road maybe, but one like it. You have driven through nights like this, through towns like that, past trees and signs and mailboxes that look just like the ones you're seeing now. It is as if every road is the same road, and every night is the same night. As if you're moving through a world that repeats itself, over and over, like a song that never ends. But you do not mind. There is something peaceful about the repetition, something hypnotic. It lulls you, soothes you, makes you feel like you are part of something larger than yourself, part of the night, part of the road, part of the endless journey that everyone takes, whether they know it or not. You see another shape by the side of the road. This time, you are not surprised. You slow down, just as you did before. The shape becomes clearer as you approach. It is another person standing just off the shoulder, facing the road, facing you. They are wearing different clothes this time, a lighter jacket maybe, or a sweater. But their face is the same, pale, calm, distant. They do not wave, they do not call out, they just stand there, waiting. You pull over. The car crunches on the gravel. You come to a stop, and the person walks toward you, slow and steady. They open the passenger door and slide into the seat beside you. They close the door gently. "Thank you," they say. Their voice is soft, just like before. It is hard to hear over the engine. But you hear it. "Where are you going?" you ask. "Home," they say. You nod. You put the car back into drive and you pull onto the road again. The person sits beside you, quiet and still. They do not speak. They do not move. They just watch the road, as if they are searching for something they lost a long time ago. You drive in silence. The road curves gently to the right. The trees lean in, their branches reaching out like fingers. The yellow lines glow softly under your headlights. The night presses against the windows, dark and heavy, and you realize that this is not the first time. You have picked up this person before. Maybe not tonight, maybe not on this road, but somewhere, sometime you have done this. You have stopped, and they have climbed in, and you have driven them home, and then you have driven on, alone again. Into the darkness. It is a cycle, a pattern, a story that repeats itself over and over, like the road itself, and you are part of it now. You pass a sign that you recognize. You have seen it before, you are sure of it. The letters are faded, the paint chipped, but you know it. It marks a place you have been, a place you will be again. "Here," the person says. You slow down. You pull over in front of a mailbox. It is the same mailbox as before, leaning slightly to one side. The same driveway disappears into the trees. The same darkness waits beyond. The person opens the door and steps out. "Thank you," they say again. They close the door softly and walk toward the driveway. You watch them go. They walk slowly, steadily, and they do not look back. They reach the edge of the driveway, and then they keep walking into the trees, into the darkness. And then they are gone. You sit there for a moment. The engine hums. The dashboard lights glow. The night presses close. And you wonder if they made it home. You wonder if they ever make it home. You wonder if home is a place or just an idea, a memory, a feeling that they are chasing night after night on roads like this with drivers like you. You put the car back into drive. You pull onto the road again. The yellow lines glow softly under your headlights. The trees lean in, watching. The night wraps around you like a blanket, and you keep driving, because that is what you do. You drive, and you pick up the people who need a ride, and you take them home, even if home is not a place, even if it is just a driveway that disappears into the trees, even if they vanish before you can see where they are going. You do it because it feels right, because it feels necessary, because out here, on a road like this in the middle of the night, everyone is searching for something. Everyone is trying to find their way. And sometimes all they need is a ride, a moment of kindness, a stranger who will stop and open the door and take them a little closer to where they need to be, even if they never quite get there. You've been driving for a very long time now. The hours have passed, though you cannot say how many. The road has continued, though you cannot say how far you've gone. The night has deepened, though you cannot say if it will ever end. But you do not feel tired. You feel calm, peaceful, as if the act of driving has become a kind of meditation, as if the road itself is teaching you something about patience, something about solitude, something about the quiet beauty of moving through the darkness, with no destination and no hurry. You see another shape by the side of the road. You slow down, you pull over. The person walks toward you, opens the door and climbs inside. They do not speak. They do not look at you. They just sit there, quiet and still, watching the road. And you drive. You drive them to the mailbox. You watch them walk into the trees. You watch them disappear. And then you drive on, again and again and again. Each time it is the same person, the same mailbox, the same driveway, the same darkness. But each time it feels a little different, a little softer, a little more like a dream. You begin to wonder if you are dreaming, if this road is real, if the people you're picking up are real, or if you are somewhere else entirely, somewhere between sleep and waking, somewhere between the world you know and the world you imagine. But it does not matter, because the road feels real, the steering wheel feels real, the hum of the engine feels real, and the people beside you, even if they are silent, even if they vanish into the trees, they feel real too. They feel like they need you, and you feel like you need them, because without them, you would be alone, and the road would be empty, and the night would be too vast, too dark, too endless to bear. But with them, the night is manageable, the road is kind, the darkness is gentle, and so you keep driving. You drive through the night, picking up the people who wait by the side of the road. You take them home, even if home is just a driveway, even if they never say goodbye. Even if they leave you with more questions than answers, you do it because it is what you are meant to do. Out here, on this road, in this night, you are the driver, and they are the passengers, and together you move through the darkness, searching for something that neither of you can name, but you do not need to name it. You just need to keep moving, keep driving, keep following the yellow lines as they glow softly under your headlights, keep listening to the hum of the engine, keep feeling the cool night air on your face, keep watching the trees lean in as if they are guiding you forward, keep trusting that the road knows where it is going, even if you do not, and eventually maybe you will find it, that place you are searching for, that feeling you are chasing, that moment when everything makes sense, and the night is no longer dark and the road is no longer endless and you are no longer alone. But until then, you drive, and you wait, and you watch, and you pick up the people who need a ride, and you take them home, over and over, night after night, mile after mile, until the road becomes a part of you, until the night becomes your home, until the people beside you become your companions, even if they never speak, and you realize that this is where you belong. Out here, on the open road, moving through the darkness, following the yellow lines, listening to the hum of the engine, feeling the cool night air. This is your place. This is your story. This is your journey, and it will never end. Because the road never ends. The night never ends. The people who need a ride never stop appearing by the side of the road. And you never stop picking them up because that is who you are. You are the driver, and this is what you do. You drive, and you drive, and you drive, through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless stretch of pavement that pulls you forward, mile after mile into the heart of the night. And somewhere, in the back of your mind, you know that you have always been here, that you have always been driving this road, that you will always be driving this road. Because this is not just a road, it is a place between places, a time between times, a moment that stretches on forever, soft and gentle and calm, and you are part of it now. You've become part of the legend, the story that people tell about the driver who picks up the hitchhikers, the driver who never asks questions, the driver who never refuses, the driver who takes them home, even when home is just a memory, a shadow, a dream. And maybe, someday, someone will tell your story. They will talk about the driver they saw late at night on a dark and empty road. The driver who stopped for them when no one else would. The driver who took them where they needed to go without asking why. And they will wonder if you were real, if you were a person or a ghost or something in between. But it will not matter, because the story will live on, the legend will continue, and the road will keep stretching out, long and dark and empty, waiting for the next driver, the next passenger, the next journey through the night. And you will keep driving, because that is what you do. You drive, and you pick up the people who wait by the side of the road, and you take them home, over and over. Night after night, forever, you see the shape again. By now you expect it. You're not surprised. The person is standing there, just off the shoulder, facing the road, facing you. You slow down. You pull over. They walk toward you, open the door, and climb inside. They sit beside you, quiet and still. They do not speak. They do not look at you, and you drive. The road curves gently. The trees lean in. The yellow lines glow softly. The night presses close, and you realize that this is not just a ride. It is a ritual, a ceremony, a way of honoring something that was lost a long time ago. The people you pick up are not just passengers. They are memories, echoes, pieces of the past that refuse to fade. They are the ones who were left behind, the ones who never made it home, the ones who are still searching, still wandering, still hoping that someone will stop and help them find their way. And you are the one who stops. You are the one who helps. Not because you have to, but because you choose to. Because out here, on a road like this, in the middle of the night, kindness matters. Compassion matters. The simple act of opening your door and saying, "Get in," matters more than you can ever know. It matters to them, and it matters to you. Because each time you pick someone up, each time you drive them home, you are reminded that you are not alone, that there are others out here, moving through the darkness, searching for something, and that maybe, just maybe, you're searching for the same thing. Home, not a place, but a feeling, a sense of belonging, a moment of peace. And maybe that is what the road is teaching you, that home is not a destination. It is a journey. It is the act of moving forward even when you do not know where you're going. It is the act of helping others even when you do not know who they are. It is the act of trusting that the road will take you where you need to be, even if you cannot see the end. And so you keep driving. You pass another town. This one is smaller than the last. Just a gas station and a diner, both closed for the night. The neon signs are dark. The parking lots are empty. The world is asleep. But you are awake. You're moving through the silence, through the stillness, through the space between one day and the next. You're the only one here, the only one driving, the only one who sees the beauty of the night, and it is beautiful, in a quiet, understated way, the way the moon hangs low on the horizon, pale and round and distant. The way the stars scatter across the sky, tiny points of light that seem to flicker and fade. The way the road disappears into the darkness, as if it is leading you to the edge of the world. You're not afraid, you're curious. You want to know what lies beyond the next curve, the next hill, the next stretch of empty road. You want to know what the night is hiding, what secrets it holds, what stories it whispers to those who are willing to listen. And you are willing. You have always been willing. That is why you are here. That is why you are driving. That is why you stop for the people who wait by the side of the road. Because you understand. You understand what it is like to be lost, to be searching, to be waiting for someone to notice you, to help you, to take you home. You have been there, maybe not in this life. Maybe not on this road, but somewhere, sometime, you have been the one standing by the side of the road, hoping that someone would stop, hoping that someone would care, and someone did. Someone stopped, someone opened the door, someone took you home, and now you are doing the same. You are paying it forward. You are honouring the kindness that was shown to you by showing kindness to others. And it feels right. It feels good. It feels like the most important thing you have ever done. You see the shape again. You slow down. You pull over. The person climbs inside. You drive. And as you drive, you think about all the people you have picked up, all the rides you have given, all the journeys you have shared, and you realize that each one is unique. Each person is different, even if they look the same, even if they say the same words. Even if they disappear into the same driveway, into the same darkness, each one carries their own story, their own sadness, their own longing. And each time you stop, each time you open the door, you are giving them a moment of comfort, a moment of connection, a moment of hope. And that matters. It matters more than you can ever know. Because in a world that is vast and dark and lonely, even the smallest act of kindness can be a light, a beacon, a reminder that we are not alone, that there are others out here moving through the darkness, searching for the same things we are searching for: love, peace, home. And maybe that is the true meaning of the legend. The phantom hitchhiker is not a ghost, not a monster, not a warning. The phantom hitchhiker is a reminder that we are all on a journey, that we are all searching for something, that we all need help from time to time, and that when someone stops for us, when someone opens the door, when someone takes us a little closer to where we need to be, we should be grateful. We should remember. We should pass it on. And so you keep driving. You keep stopping. You keep opening the door. You keep taking people home. Because that is your purpose. That is your gift. That is your way of making the world a little less dark, a little less lonely, a little more kind. And as you drive, you feel a sense of peace, a sense of contentment, a sense that you are exactly where you are meant to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do. And it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. The road continues. The night deepens. The trees lean in, their branches reaching out like arms, welcoming you, guiding you, protecting you. And you drive. You drive through the darkness, following the yellow lines, listening to the hum of the engine, feeling the cool night air on your face, and you know that you will keep driving. Tonight, tomorrow night, every night, for as long as the road stretches out before you, for as long as there are people who need a ride, for as long as the night is dark, and the world is quiet, and the stars are scattered across the sky like tiny points of hope, you will keep driving, because that is who you are. You are the driver, and this is your road, your night, your journey, and it will never end. But you do not want it to end, because out here, on this road, in this car, moving through the darkness, you have found something. You have found peace. You have found purpose. You have found a way to make a difference, even if it is just a small one, even if no one else knows about it, even if the people you help disappear before you can see their faces clearly. You have found a way to be kind. And that is the most important thing. That is the thing that matters most. In a world that is often hard and cold and unforgiving, kindness is the light that guides us home. And you are that light. You are the one who stops. You're the one who helps. You're the one who drives through the night, picking up the people who wait by the side of the road, taking them home, even when home is just a memory, a shadow, a dream. And you will keep doing it. Over and over. Night after night. Mile after mile. Because that is your story. That is your legend. That is your gift to the world. And it is a beautiful gift. A quiet gift. A gentle gift. But a gift nonetheless. You see the shape again. You slow down. You pull over. The person climbs inside. You drive. And as you drive, you feel the weight of the night settle over you like a blanket. It is heavy, but not oppressive. It is comforting. It makes you feel safe, protected, held, and you realize that the night is not your enemy. It is your friend. It is the space where you can be yourself, where you can move at your own pace, where you can help others without anyone watching, without anyone judging, without anyone asking questions. It is the space where kindness is simple, where compassion is easy, where love is quiet and gentle and pure, and you are grateful for it. You're grateful for the night. You're grateful for the road. You're grateful for the people who wait by the side of the road, because they give you a chance to be kind, to be helpful, to be the person you want to be. And as you drive, you whisper a quiet thank you to the night, to the road, to the people beside you, to the universe that brought you here, to this place, at this time, for this purpose. And you feel at peace. You feel content. You feel like you're exactly where you're meant to be, and you drive, and you drive, and you drive, through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless stretch of pavement that pulls you forward mile after mile into the heart of the night, and you know that this is good, this is right, this is what you were meant to do. Here, the person says, you slow down. A mailbox appears in the sweep of your headlights, old, leaning, familiar. You pull over. The person opens the door. They pause for just a moment. Thank you, they say one more time. Their voice is barely a whisper now, soft as the night itself, and then they step out. You watch them walk toward the mailbox. You watch them turn up the driveway. You watch them disappear into the trees, into the shadows, into whatever lies beyond. And then they are gone, and you're alone again. Just you and the car and the hum of the engine and the glow of the dashboard lights. You sit there for a moment, breathing slowly, feeling the peace of the night settle over you like a blanket. And then you put the car back into drive. You pull onto the road. The yellow lines glow softly. The trees lean in. The night continues. And you drive. You drive through the darkness, following the road wherever it leads. You drive with no destination in mind, no place you need to be, just the journey itself. Just the act of moving forward, just the quiet knowledge that you are doing something good, something important, something that matters, and that is enough. The road stretches out before you, long and dark and empty. The miles pass beneath your tires, the hours blur together, and you drive. You pass through small towns that are fast asleep. You pass farms and fields and forests. You pass rivers and lakes and hills. You pass signs that you cannot read and landmarks that you do not recognize. But it does not matter, because you are not trying to get anywhere. You are just here, present, moving through the night, being exactly who you are meant to be. The driver, the helper, the one who stops, and you will keep being that person. For as long as the night lasts, for as long as the road continues, for as long as there are people who need a ride, you will be here, ready, willing, waiting. The sky begins to lighten just a little, not much, just a subtle shift from black to deep blue. The first hint that somewhere, far away, the sun is beginning to think about rising. But it is not here yet, not even close. The night still holds, the darkness still wraps around you, the stars still shine above, and you drive. You're not worried about the coming dawn. You're not anxious for the night to end. You're simply here, in this moment, driving through the darkness, being exactly who you are. And it is peaceful. It is calm. It is perfect. You see the shape again. Even in the faint pre-dawn light you recognize it. The figure standing by the side of the road, still, silent, waiting. You slow down. You pull over. The person walks toward you. They open the door. They slide into the seat, and you drive. The person beside you is quiet, as always. They do not speak. They do not move. They just sit there watching the road, lost in their own thoughts. And you respect that. You honor that. You give them the space and the silence they need. Because sometimes, silence is the greatest gift you can give. Sometimes just being present is enough. Sometimes, the act of driving someone home without asking questions, without demanding explanations, without needing anything in return, is the kindest thing you can do. And so you drive. You follow the yellow lines. You listen to the hum of the engine. You feel the cool air on your face. And you let the silence speak for itself. The road curves gently to the right. You follow it smoothly, your hands moving the wheel with practiced ease. You have driven this road so many times now, or roads like it, roads that all look the same in the darkness, roads that all lead to the same place, home, wherever that may be, whatever that may mean, for the people beside you, for yourself. The person shifts slightly in their seat. Do you ever wonder where we go? They ask softly. You glance over at them. Their face is pale in the dim light. Their eyes are dark and thoughtful. Where you go? You ask. Yes, they say, after we get out of the car, after we walk into the darkness. Do you ever wonder where we go? You think about the question. You have wondered. Many times. You have watched them disappear into driveways and forests and shadows, and you have wondered what lies beyond. What they find there, whether they truly make it home. Sometimes, you say honestly. The person nods. We go home, they say quietly. Or at least we go to the place we remember as home, the place that lives in our hearts, the place we have been trying to find for so long. You nod slowly. You understand. Home is not always a place you can point to on a map. Sometimes it is a feeling, a memory, a sense of peace that you carry inside you, and maybe that is what you are helping them find. Not a physical location, but that feeling, that sense of peace, that moment when they can finally let go and be at rest. I am glad I could help, you say. The person smiles. It is a small smile, a gentle smile, a smile that says more than words ever could. You have helped, they say, more than you know. And then they turn back to face the road, and you drive on in silence, a peaceful silence, a grateful silence. A silence that says everything that needs to be said. You pass a church. It is small and white, with a tall steeple that points up toward the sky. The windows are dark, the parking lot is empty. But there is something comforting about it. Something solid and steady and eternal. A reminder that some things endure, some things remain. Some things are always there, waiting, no matter how dark the night gets. And you are like that church, in a way. You are always here, always waiting, always ready to help, no matter how late it is, no matter how dark the road gets, no matter how lost the people are who need a ride. You are here, and you will always be here. Here, the person says. You slow down. A mailbox appears, old and weathered and leaning to one side. You pull over. The person opens the door. They pause for a moment. Their hand on the door handle. Thank you, they say, for everything. You are welcome, you say, and you mean it, from the bottom of your heart. The person steps out into the night. They close the door gently, and they walk toward the mailbox. You watch them turn up the driveway. You watch them walk into the darkness. You watch them until you cannot see them anymore, and then you sit there, alone, feeling the weight of the moment, the beauty of it, the sadness of it, the rightness of it, and you are grateful. Grateful for the chance to help, grateful for the trust they placed in you, grateful for the brief connection you shared, even if it was just a ride, even if you do not know their name, even if you will never see them again. You're grateful. You put the car back into drive. You pull onto the road. The sky's a little lighter now. Deep blue fading to purple at the edges. The stars are beginning to dim. The night is slowly giving way to morning, but morning is still a long way off, and the road is still dark, and there are still people who need rides. And so you drive. You drive through the fading darkness, through the quiet stillness of the pre-dawn hours, through the space between night and day, and you know that you will keep driving, for as long as you are needed, for as long as there are people waiting by the side of the road, for as long as the road stretches out before you, you will be here, you will stop, you will help, because that is who you are, that is your purpose, that is your gift. You pass a field. It is wide and open, stretching out on both sides of the road. The grass is tall and moves gently in the breeze. It looks like a dark ocean, rippling and swaying in the dim light. And you think about how beautiful the world is, even in the darkness, even in the quiet hours before dawn. There is so much beauty here, so much peace, so much to be grateful for. And you are grateful for the road, for the night, for the people you have helped, for the journey itself, for this strange, beautiful, endless life you have been given. You see the shape again, standing by the side of the road, waiting, always waiting. You slow down, you pull over. The person walks toward you. They open the door. They slide into the seat beside you. Thank you, they say softly. And you nod. You put the car into drive, and you move forward into the fading darkness, into the quiet hours before dawn, into the endless road that has no beginning and no end, and you drive with peace in your heart. With purpose in your soul, with love in every action, and the world is a little better because of it, a little kinder, a little more gentle, and that is all you ever wanted, to make a difference, to help others, to be a light in the darkness, and you are a light, shining softly through the night, guiding people home, one ride at a time, one person at a time, one act of kindness at a time, and it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. The person beside you speaks. I used to be afraid of the dark, they say quietly. You glance over at them. Not anymore, you ask. They shake their head. Not anymore, they say. The dark is where I found peace. The dark is where I found people like you. People who stop. People who care. The dark is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. You nod. You understand. The dark is not the enemy. The dark is just the absence of light. And in that absence, there is space. Space for quiet. Space for peace. Space for the kind of deep, profound stillness that you can never find in the brightness of day. And in that stillness there is beauty. There is meaning. There is connection. I am glad you're not afraid, you say. The person smiles. I am glad you're here, they say. And you smile too. Because you are glad you're here. You're glad you're doing this. You're glad you're the one behind the wheel, driving through the night, helping people find their way home. It is exactly where you are meant to be. Here, the person says. You slow down. A mailbox appears. You pull over. The person opens the door. Thank you, they say. You are welcome, you say. They step out into the night. They walk toward the mailbox. They turn up the driveway. They disappear into the darkness. And you sit there, watching, waiting, feeling the peace of the moment settle over you, and then you drive on. The road continues. The sky lightens bit by bit. The stars fade one by one. The night begins to release its hold, but it is still dark, still quiet, still the time when people need rides home, and so you keep driving, you keep watching, you keep waiting for the next shape to appear by the side of the road, the next person who needs help, the next soul searching for home, and you will stop for them, you will open the door for them, you will take them where they need to go. Because that is what you do, that is who you are, that is your promise to the night. You pass a gas station, it is closed, the pumps dark and silent. There is a single light on inside, illuminating an empty counter and rows of shelves. But no one is there, no cars in the lot, no signs of life, just the building waiting for morning, waiting for the world to wake up. But you're not waiting for morning. You are here, in the night, doing the work that needs to be done, the work that matters, the work of kindness, and you will keep doing it for as long as you can. You see the shape again. You slow down. You pull over. The person climbs inside, and you drive. The silence between you is comfortable now, familiar, almost friendly. You do not need to speak. You both understand what this is, a journey, a ritual, a sacred act of kindness, and you are both grateful for it. The person beside you closes their eyes. They lean their head back against the seat, and they breathe slowly, deeply, peacefully, and you let them rest. You let them have this moment of peace, this moment of safety, this moment when they do not have to worry or fear or struggle. They can just be, and that is a gift, a precious gift, and you are honoured to give it. The road curves gently, the trees thin out a little, the sky continues to lighten, deep blue fading to purple, fading to a soft pale pink at the very edge of the horizon. Dawn is coming, slowly, gently, inevitably, but it is not here yet, and until it arrives, you will keep driving, you will keep helping, you will keep being the light in the darkness. Here, the person says softly, their eyes still closed. You slow down, a mailbox appears, you pull over. The person opens their eyes, they look at you, and in their eyes you see gratitude, peace, relief. Thank you, they whisper. You are welcome, you say. They open the door, they step out into the night, and they walk toward the mailbox, their steps slow and steady. They turn up the driveway, they walk into the darkness, and they disappear, and you sit there, feeling the fullness of the moment, the completeness of it, the rightness of it, and then you drive on. The road continues to stretch out before you, long and dark and beautiful, and you follow it, mile after mile, moment after moment. You follow it because that is what you do. You follow it because that is who you are. You follow it because that is your gift to the world. And as you drive, you think about all the people you have helped tonight, all the rides you have given, all the moments of peace you have shared, and you feel proud. Not a loud, boastful pride, but a quiet, humble pride. The pride of knowing that you have done something good, something right, something that matters, and that is all anyone can ask for. To live a life that matters, to make a difference, to leave the world a little better than you found it. And you have done that, one ride at a time, one person at a time, one act of kindness at a time, and you will keep doing it, for as long as you can, for as long as the road continues, for as long as there are people who need help finding their way home, you will be here, always. The sky grows lighter still, the purple fades to pink, the pink fades to a soft pale orange. The first rays of sunlight begin to peek over the horizon, painting the clouds with gold and amber and rose. It is beautiful. It is breathtaking. It is a reminder that every night, no matter how dark, eventually gives way to morning. But you are not ready for morning yet. You want to stay in this space a little longer, this quiet, peaceful space between night and day, this space where you can be who you truly are, the driver, the helper, the one who stops, and so you keep driving, even as the sun begins to rise, even as the darkness begins to fade, even as the world begins to wake up around you. You keep driving, because there might be one more person, one more soul waiting by the side of the road, one more chance to help, one more ride to give, and you do not want to miss it. You do not want to let them down. You want to be here, ready, willing, waiting, for as long as you are needed. And so you drive, through the fading darkness, through the growing light, through the space between night and day, and you watch. You watch for the shape. The figure standing by the side of the road, the person who needs a ride home, and then you see it. One more time, one last time perhaps, standing there in the soft morning light. Still, silent, waiting. You slow down. You pull over. The person walks toward you. They are clearer now in the growing light. You can see their face more easily, their eyes, their expression, and they look tired. So tired, but also hopeful, as if they believe that this ride, this moment, this act of kindness might be the one that finally brings them home. They open the door. They slide into the seat beside you. "Thank you," they say. Their voice is soft and weary and grateful all at once. "You are welcome," you say, and you mean it. With every fibre of your being, you put the car into drive, and you pull onto the road one more time. The sun is rising now. The darkness is fading, the night is ending, but you do not feel sad about it. You feel grateful. Grateful for the night you have had. Grateful for the people you have helped. Grateful for the journey you have taken. It has been a good night, a meaningful night, a night you will carry with you, always. The person beside you looks out the window. They watch the sunrise. They watch the world wake up. They watch the darkness give way to light. And there are tears on their cheeks. Quiet tears, gentle tears, tears of relief and gratitude and peace. And you do not say anything. You just let them feel what they are feeling. You just give them this moment, this sacred, beautiful moment, and you drive. The road is easier to see now in the growing light. The yellow lines are brighter. The trees are greener. The world is coming into focus. And it is beautiful, in a different way than the night was beautiful, but beautiful nonetheless. "Here," the person says. You slow down. A mailbox appears, bathed in the soft morning light. You pull over. The person turns to look at you, and in their eyes you see something you have not seen before. Recognition, understanding, gratitude so deep it cannot be put into words. "Thank you," they say, "for everything, for stopping, for caring, for being here. Thank you." "You're welcome," you say. "I am glad I could help." The person nods. They open the door. They step out into the morning light, and they stand there for a moment, looking up at the sky, feeling the warmth of the sun on their face. And then they turn. They walk toward the mailbox. They turn up the driveway, and they walk into the light. Not into darkness this time, but into light, into the soft, golden, beautiful light of morning, and you watch them go. You watch them walk up the driveway, their figure growing smaller and smaller. You watch them until they reach the top of the hill, and then, just before they disappear, they turn back. They raise a hand, a wave, a gesture of goodbye, of gratitude, of peace, and you raise your hand in return, a final farewell, a final blessing, a final acknowledgement of the journey you have shared, and then they are gone, over the hill into whatever lies beyond. home, finally, truly, home. And you sit there, alone in the car, in the morning light, and you feel a deep sense of peace, a sense that something important has been completed, a sense that you have done what you were meant to do. And it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. You take a deep breath, you let it out slowly, and you feel the tiredness begin to creep in. Not a bad tiredness, a good tiredness. The tiredness that comes after a job well done, after a long night of meaningful work, after giving everything you have to help others, and you're ready to rest now, ready to let go, ready to find your own way home. You put the car into drive one last time. You pull onto the road. The sun is fully up now. The sky is blue and bright and clear. The world is awake, and your work is done. For now. You drive slowly now, no longer searching, no longer watching for shapes by the side of the road. Just driving, just being, just moving forward into the morning. And as you drive, you think about the night you have had, the people you have helped, the rides you have given, the kindness you have shared. And you feel grateful, so grateful, for the chance to be of service, for the chance to make a difference, for the chance to be the light in the darkness, and you know that you will do it again, tomorrow night, and the night after that, and every night after that, for as long as you are needed, for as long as there are people who need rides home, for as long as the road continues, you will be here, you will stop, you will help, because that is who you are, that is your purpose, that is your gift, and it is a beautiful gift, a precious gift, a gift you will keep giving over and over for as long as you live. The road ahead is bright now, easy to see, easy to follow, and you drive toward whatever comes next, toward rest, toward peace, toward home, your own home, wherever that may be. And as you drive, you feel the weight of the night lift from your shoulders, you feel the peace of the morning settle into your bones, you feel the gratitude fill your heart, and you smile, a small quiet smile, a smile of contentment, a smile of fulfillment, a smile that says, I did good, I helped, I made a difference, and that is all you ever wanted. The road curves one last time, you follow it around the bend, and there, up ahead, you see it. A place to rest, a place to stop, a place to be. You do not know if it is home, but it feels like home, and maybe that is enough. Maybe home is not a place at all. Maybe home is a feeling, a sense of peace, a sense of belonging, a sense that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And right now, in this moment, driving through the bright morning light, you feel it. You feel home, and it is beautiful. You pull over one last time, you turn off the engine. The sudden silence is profound. No more humming, no more vibration, just stillness, just peace, just the gentle sounds of the morning, birds singing, wind rustling through the leaves, the world waking up. You sit there for a moment, your hand still on the steering wheel, and you close your eyes, and you breathe, slowly, deeply, peacefully, and you feel grateful for the night, for the road, for the people, for the journey, for everything. And then you let go. You let go of the steering wheel, you let go of the night, you let go of the need to keep driving, and you just rest. You rest in the peace of the morning. You rest in the knowledge that you have done good. You rest in the feeling of home, and it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything you ever wanted. The sun warms your face, the breeze cools your skin, the world continues around you, and you are at peace. Finally, truly, completely, at peace. And somewhere, in the back of your mind, you know that tonight, when darkness falls again, you will be back. You will be on the road. You will be watching for the shapes by the side of the road. You will be stopping for the people who need rides. You will be helping them find their way home. Because that is who you are. That is your calling. That is your gift. But for now, you rest. You let the morning hold you. You let the peace fill you. You let yourself simply be. And it is good. It is so good. The road will always be there. The night will always come. The people will always need help. And you will always be ready. But for now, you rest. And you dream. You dream of yellow lines glowing in the darkness. You dream of quiet passengers beside you. You dream of mailboxes and driveways and paths into the unknown. You dream of the moment when someone says, thank you, and you know you have made a difference. You dream of the road, the endless, beautiful, mysterious road, and in your dreams you are driving, always driving, through the night, through the darkness, through the quiet hours when the world is asleep and you are the only one awake, and you are helping, always helping, stopping for the people who need rides, taking them home, one person at a time, one act of kindness at a time, forever. And it is a beautiful dream, a peaceful dream, a dream that fills you with joy and purpose and love. And when you wake, whenever that may be, you will be ready, ready to drive again, ready to help again, ready to be the light in the darkness again, because that is who you are, the driver, the helper, the one who stops, and that is who you will always be, for as long as the road continues, for as long as the night comes, for as long as there are people who need to find their way home, you will be there, always. The sun climbs higher in the sky, the morning grows warmer, the world goes about its business, and you rest, peaceful, content, complete, knowing that you have done what you were meant to do, knowing that you have given your gift to the world, knowing that you have made a difference, and that is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. The road stretches out ahead, waiting for the night. The mailboxes stand by the roadside waiting for the lost. The darkness waits, patient and gentle, for its time to come again. And you wait too, resting, dreaming, preparing for the next journey, the next night, the next chance to help. And when that time comes, you will be ready. You will put your hands on the steering wheel, you will start the engine, you will pull onto the road, and you will drive, through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless night, and you will watch for the shapes by the side of the road, and you will stop, and you will open the door, and you will say, "Get in," and you will take them home, over and over, again and again, for as long as you are needed, for as long as the road continues, forever. Because that is your story, that is your legend, that is your gift to the world, and it is a beautiful gift, a precious gift, a gift of kindness, compassion, and love, and you will keep giving it. Night after night, mile after mile, person after person, until the end of time, the wind whispers through the trees, the sun shines down from the clear blue sky. The world is bright and beautiful and full of life, and you rest, knowing that when darkness falls, you will rise, you will drive, you will help, and you will be the light in the darkness once more, because that is who you are, and that is who you will always be, the driver on the endless road, the helper of lost souls, the one who never passes by, the one who always stops, the one who always cares, forever and always, the legend, the story, the phantom driver who picks up the phantom hitchhikers and takes them home, always home, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far they have to go, no matter how lost they have become, you take them home, and that is your gift. Your purpose, your calling. And it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. The road waits, the night will come, and you will be ready, always ready, to drive through the darkness, to stop for those in need, to take them home, one last time, one more time, every time, forever. This is your story. This is your journey. This is your life. And it is beautiful. So beautiful. Rest now. Dream peacefully. And when the night comes, when the stars appear, when the darkness falls soft and gentle over the world, you will rise, you will drive, and you will help. Once more. Always. Forever. The road stretches on. The night will come. And you will be there. Always there. Waiting. Watching. Ready to stop. Ready to help. Ready to take them home. Home. Always home. That is the promise. That is the gift. That is the legend. The phantom driver. Forever driving through the night. Forever helping those who are lost. Forever taking them home. And that is enough. That is more than enough. That is everything. Rest now. The night will come soon enough. And when it does, you will be ready. Always ready. Forever ready. To drive. To help. To love. This is who you are. This is your purpose, this is your gift, and it is beautiful, so very beautiful. Rest, dream, and know that you have done well, so well. You have made a difference, you have helped, you have loved, and that is all that matters. That is all there is. That is everything. The road waits for you, the night waits for you, the people wait for you, and when you are ready you will drive again, through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless night, and you will stop for them. You will open your door. You will take them home, because that is who you are, and that is who you will always be, the driver, the helper, the light in the darkness, forever and always. Rest now. The journey continues tomorrow, and you will be ready. You will always be ready, because this is your gift, your purpose, your calling, and you honor it with every mile you drive, with every person you help, with every act of kindness you share. This is your legend, and it will live on, long after you are gone, long after the road has faded, long after the night has ended. The story will continue, the legend will endure, and people will remember. They will remember the driver who stopped, the driver who cared, the driver who took them home, and they will be grateful, so grateful, just as you are grateful, for the chance to serve, for the chance to help, for the chance to love. Rest now. You have earned it. You have done so much. You have helped so many. You have made such a difference. Rest. Dream peacefully, and when the night comes, you will rise again, you will drive again, you will help again, because that is who you are, that is your purpose, that is your gift, and it is beautiful, so beautiful, the most beautiful thing in the world. Kindness, compassion, love. These are the gifts you give, every single night, every single ride, every single moment, and the world is better for it, so much better. Thank you for being who you are, for doing what you do, for giving your gift to the world. Thank you. Rest now. The night will come, and you will be ready, always, forever. The driver on the endless road, taking the lost ones home, one by one, night after night, forever. This is your story, and it is beautiful, so very, very beautiful. Rest, dream, and know that you are loved, for who you are, for what you do, for the gift you give. You are loved, and you always will be, forever. The end and the beginning your home, not a place, but a feeling, a sense of belonging that you find out here, on this road, in this car, moving through the darkness, helping others find their way. And it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything you have ever wanted. You pass another sign. You cannot read it, but you do not need to, because you know where you are. You're on the road. You're in the night. You are moving forward, and that is all that matters. You see the shape again. By now, it is familiar, expected, almost comforting. You slow down, you pull over. The person climbs inside, you drive, and as you drive, you think about how strange it is that you're not afraid, that you have never been afraid. Not of the person beside you, not of the darkness outside, not of the endless road that stretches out before you. You should be afraid. That is what people would say. That is what the stories would say, but you are not, because fear is not what you feel. What you feel is curiosity, wonder, a sense of connection to something larger than yourself. You feel like you are part of a story that has been told for centuries, a story that will be told for centuries more, a story about the people who wander the roads at night and the people who stop to help them, and you are honoured to be part of it. You are honoured to be the driver, the one who stops, the one who opens the door, the one who says, "Get in," because that is the role you were meant to play. And you play it well. You play it with kindness and patience and compassion. You play it without asking for anything in return. You play it because it is right, because it is good, because it is what the world needs more of. And as you drive, you feel a sense of fulfillment, a sense that your life has meaning, a sense that you're making a difference, even if it is just a small one, even if no one else knows about it, even if the people you help vanish before you can see their faces clearly. You're making a difference, and that is enough. You drive past a lake. The water is dark and still, reflecting the sky like a mirror. You can see the moon on its surface, pale and ghostly. You can see the trees lining the shore, their shapes inverted, hanging upside down in the water. It is beautiful, in a quiet, eerie way, and you slow down, just for a moment to take it in, to appreciate it, to remember it. Because moments like this are rare. Moments when the world is so still, so silent, so perfect, that it feels like time has stopped, and you want to hold on to it. You want to carry it with you as you drive, as you continue your journey, as you move through the endless night. But you cannot hold on to it. It is already fading, already slipping away, already becoming a memory, and that is okay. Because memories are what make the journey worthwhile. Memories are what give the road its meaning. Memories are what connect you to the people you have helped, the places you have seen, the moments you have lived. And you have so many memories now, so many rides, so many people, so many quiet moments in the car with someone beside you, moving through the darkness together. And each memory is precious. Each one is a gift. Each one reminds you why you are here, why you keep driving, why you will always drive. You pull back onto the road. The lake fades behind you. The trees close in again. The yellow lines continue, glowing softly under your headlights, and you drive. The person beside you has not said a word since they got in. They have not moved. They have not looked at you. They just sit there, quiet and still, staring out at the road. And you wonder what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what they are searching for, but you do not ask. Because some questions do not need answers. Some silences are better left unbroken. Some mysteries are more beautiful when they remain mysteries, and so you just drive. You let the silence fill the car. You let the hum of the engine be the only sound. You let the darkness wrap around you both, soft and gentle and protective, and it feels right. It feels like this is exactly how it should be. Two people, moving through the night, connected by nothing but the road and the silence and the quiet understanding that they are both searching for something. Home, peace, a place to rest. You see a light up ahead. It is faint at first, just a tiny glow in the distance. But as you get closer, it grows brighter. It is a porch light, you realize. A single bulb hanging over the door of a small house set back from the road. The person beside you sits up a little straighter. Here, they say. You slow down. You pull over in front of the house. It is small and old, with peeling paint and a sagging roof. The windows are dark. There are no cars in the driveway, no signs of life, but the porch light is on. And that seems to be enough. The person reaches for the door handle. Thank you, they say. Their voice is soft, almost a whisper, but you hear it clearly, and you feel the weight of those two words, the gratitude, the relief, the sense that they have finally found what they were looking for. They open the door and step out into the night. You watch as they walk toward the house. They move slowly, carefully, as if they are not quite sure the house is real, as if they are afraid it might disappear if they move too quickly. But it does not disappear. They reach the porch. They climb the steps. They stand in front of the door, bathed in the soft glow of the porch light, and then they turn back to look at you, just for a moment. Their face is clear now, in the light. You can see their features, their eyes, their expression. And they are smiling, just a small smile, a gentle smile, a smile that says, I made it, I am home. And then they turn away. They open the door, they step inside, and the door closes behind them. The porch light flickers once, twice, and then goes out. And the house is dark again. You sit there for a moment staring at the house, and you feel something strange in your chest. Something warm and full and bittersweet. It is happiness, you realize. You're happy for them, happy that they made it home, happy that you could help them get there, and even though you do not know who they were, even though you will probably never see them again, you feel connected to them. You feel like you were part of their story. A small part, maybe, but an important part, the part that helped them find their way. And that matters. It matters so much. You put the car back into drive, you pull onto the road again. The house fades behind you. The porch light does not come back on. The darkness returns, soft and complete, and you drive. The road continues, long and empty and dark. But somehow it feels a little less lonely now, a little less endless. Because you know that somewhere behind you, in that small house with the peeling paint and the sagging roof, someone is home. Someone is safe. Someone is at peace. Because of you. And that thought fills you with a quiet joy, a gentle contentment, a sense that you are doing something good, something right, something that matters. You pass another stretch of trees. They are thick here, crowding close to the road, their branches forming a canopy overhead. The moonlight filters through the leaves, creating patterns of light and shadow on the pavement. It is like driving through a tunnel, a passageway between worlds, and you feel like you are between worlds, between the waking world and the dreaming world, between the world of the living and the world of the lost, between who you were and who you are becoming. But it does not frighten you. It feels natural. It feels like this is where you are meant to be, in this liminal space, in this in-between place, moving through the darkness, helping others find their way, searching for your own way as you go. And maybe that is the secret. Maybe the way is not a destination. Maybe it is the journey itself, the act of moving forward, the act of helping others, the act of being kind, even when it is hard, even when it is dark, even when you're tired and lost and not sure where you're going. That is the way, and you are on it. You have always been on it, and you always will be. You see the shape again. You do not hesitate. You slow down. You pull over. The person walks toward you, opens the door, and climbs inside. They do not speak. You do not speak. You just drive. And as you drive, you think about how many times you have done this, how many people you have picked up, how many rides you have given, and you realize that you have lost count. It could be 10. It could be 100. It could be 1,000. Time is different out here. Numbers do not matter. What matters is the act itself, the ritual, the pattern. Stop, open the door, drive, watch them go, over and over, again and again. An endless cycle, an eternal dance, and you are the dancer, and the road is your stage, and the night is your audience. And the people beside you are your partners, even if they never say a word, even if they leave before you can learn their names. You're all part of the same performance, the same story, the same song, and it is a beautiful song, a haunting song, a song that has been sung for centuries by travellers and wanderers and lost souls who roam the roads at night, searching for something they can never quite name, and you are singing it now. With every mile you drive, with every person you help, with every moment you spend out here in the darkness moving forward, you're adding your voice to the song, and it will continue long after you're gone, long after your car has rusted away, long after the road has been paved over, or abandoned or forgotten. The song will continue, because it is not about you, it is about the act of kindness. The act of stopping, the act of helping, and as long as there are people who need help, as long as there are roads to drive, as long as there are nights to move through, the song will never end. And that is comforting, that is hopeful, that is beautiful. You pass a farmhouse. It is set far back from the road, barely visible in the darkness, but you can see a light in one of the windows, a warm yellow light. Someone is awake in there. Someone is home. And for a moment you wonder what it would be like to stop, to turn into that driveway, to knock on the door, to ask if you can come inside just for a little while, just to rest, just to feel what it is like to be somewhere solid and warm and safe. But you do not stop, because that is not your place. Your place is here, on the road, in the car, moving through the darkness. This is where you belong. This is where you're needed. And you would not trade it for anything. Not for the warm light of the farmhouse, not for the comfort of 4 walls and a roof, not for the safety of staying in one place. Because out here you are free. You are needed. You are making a difference. And that is worth more than comfort. That is worth more than safety. That is worth everything. The person beside you shifts slightly in their seat. "We are almost there," they say quietly. You glance over at them. "How do you know?" you ask. They do not answer right away. They just stare out at the road, their face pale and calm in the dim light of the dashboard. "I can feel it," they say finally. And you understand, because you can feel it too. There is something different about the air now, something expectant. As if the night itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. And then you see it. A mailbox. The same mailbox you have seen before, or maybe a different one. It is hard to tell. They all look the same out here. Old, leaning, weathered by time, but the person beside you sits up straighter. "Here," they say. You slow down. You pull over. The car crunches on the gravel. The person opens the door. "Thank you," they say, and they step out into the night. You watch them walk toward the mailbox. They pause for a moment, looking up the driveway into the darkness, and then they start walking, slowly, steadily, into the trees, into the shadows, into whatever lies beyond, and you watch until they disappear, until the darkness swallows them completely, and then you sit there, alone in the car, with the engine humming and the dashboard lights glowing softly, and you wonder if they made it home. You wonder if they found what they were looking for. You wonder if they are at peace now. But you will never know, because that is not how the story goes. You drive them home, you watch them go, and then you move on. You do not get to see the ending. You do not get to know if they are happy or safe or where they really went. You just get to do your part, and then you let go. And maybe that is the hardest part, the letting go, the not knowing, the moving on even when you want to stay, even when you want to follow them into the darkness, even when you want to make sure they are okay. But you cannot, because your job is to drive, not to follow, not to know, just to drive. And so you put the car back into gear, you pull onto the road, and you drive. The yellow lines glow softly under your headlights. The trees lean in, watching. The night presses close, and you keep moving forward, because that is what you do. You move forward, you keep going. You do not stop except to help others, and even then you do not stop for long. You just pause, you open the door, you offer the ride, and then you continue, because the road is endless, and the night is long, and there are always more people waiting by the side of the road, always more rides to give, always more kindness to share, and you will share it, for as long as you can, for as long as the road stretches out before you, for as long as the night is dark and the world is quiet and the stars are scattered across the sky like tiny points of light. You will drive, and you will stop, and you will help. Because that is who you are, that is your purpose, that is your gift. You pass a bridge. It is old and narrow, made of wood and steel. The boards creak under your tires as you cross. Below you can see the glint of water, a river maybe, or a stream. It is hard to tell in the darkness, but you can hear it. The soft rush of water over rocks, the gentle murmur of the current. It is a soothing sound, a peaceful sound, a sound that makes you feel calm and centered and connected to the world around you, and you slow down, just a little, to listen, to appreciate it, to let it wash over you like a wave, and then you continue. The bridge fades behind you, the sound of the water fades with it, the road continues dark and empty and familiar, and you drive. You have been driving for so long now that it feels like this is all you have ever done. Like you were born behind the wheel of this car, like the road is your home, and the night is your companion, and the people you pick up are the only family you have ever known. And maybe that is true. Maybe this is who you have always been, the driver, the helper, the one who stops for the people who need a ride. Maybe you did not choose this. Maybe it chose you. Maybe the road called to you, and you answered, and now you are bound to it, forever moving, forever helping, forever searching for something you can never quite find. But you do not mind, because there is beauty in the searching, there is peace in the driving, there is meaning in the helping. And that is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. You see the shape again. By now it is as familiar as your own reflection. You know what it will look like before you even see it. The dark clothes, the pale face, the stillness. You slow down. You pull over. The person walks toward you. They open the door. They climb inside. And you drive. The silence between you is comfortable now, almost friendly. You do not need to speak. You do not need to explain. You both know what this is. You both understand the unspoken agreement. You will take them home, and they will disappear, and you will drive on. It is simple. It is pure. It is the way things are meant to be. The road curves gently to the left. You follow it without thinking. Your hands move the wheels smoothly, automatically. You've driven this road so many times now that you could probably do it with your eyes closed. But you do not close your eyes. You keep them open, because there is always something to see. Always something to notice. Always some small detail that you missed before. A tree with a strange shape, a rock by the side of the road, a pattern in the way the moonlight falls on the pavement. These are the things that make the journey worthwhile. These small moments of beauty, these quiet observations, these tiny gifts that the night gives to those who are willing to look, and you are willing. You have always been willing. That is why you are here. The person beside you speaks. Do you ever get tired? They ask. Their voice is soft, almost tentative, as if they are not sure they should be asking. You think about the question for a moment. Do you get tired? You should. You have been driving for hours, maybe days, maybe longer, but you do not feel tired. You feel calm, peaceful, content. No, you say finally. I do not get tired. The person nods slowly. Neither do I, they say, and you understand what they mean. Out here, on this road, in this night, the normal rules do not apply. Fatigue does not exist. Hunger does not exist. Time does not exist. There is only the road, only the driving, only the helping. And as long as you are doing that, as long as you are moving forward and picking up the people who need a ride, you will never be tired. You will never stop. You will never rest. Because this is not a job that ends. It is a calling, a mission, a way of being, and you have accepted it. You have embraced it, and now it is a part of you. As much a part of you as your heartbeat, as your breath, as your very soul. You pass a cemetery. It is small, just a handful of headstones behind a low iron fence. The stones are old and weathered, their inscriptions worn away by time and wind and rain. You slow down as you pass, out of respect, out of reverence, out of a sense that this place is sacred, even if you do not know who is buried there. The person beside you turns to look at the cemetery. They watch it as you drive past, their face calm and thoughtful. And you wonder if they know someone buried there, if they are buried there, but you do not ask. Because some questions are too heavy to speak aloud, some truths are too painful to acknowledge, and so you just drive. You let the cemetery fade behind you. You let the silence return. You let the moment pass, quiet and gentle and undisturbed. And the person beside you turns back to face the road, and you continue. The night deepens, the stars grow brighter, the moon hangs low on the horizon, pale and ghostly and beautiful. And you drive. You drive through the darkness, following the yellow lines, listening to the hum of the engine, feeling the cool night air on your face. And you think about all the people you have helped, all the rides you have given, all the moments you have shared with strangers who became, for just a little while, companions on the journey. And you feel grateful. Grateful for the road, grateful for the night, grateful for the people who trust you enough to climb into your car, even though they do not know you, even though they do not know where you are taking them. They trust you, and that is a sacred thing, a precious thing, a thing you do not take lightly. And so you drive carefully. You drive respectfully. You drive with the understanding that you are carrying more than just a passenger. You're carrying their hopes, their fears, their dreams of home, and you will not let them down. You will take them where they need to go, even if it is a place you cannot see, even if it is a place that exists only in their memory, even if it is a place that is more feeling than location. You will take them there, because that is what you do. That is who you are. That is your promise. Here, the person says. You look ahead. There is a mailbox, old and leaning and familiar. You slow down. You pull over. The person opens the door. Thank you, they say. And they step out into the night. You watch them walk toward the mailbox. You watch them pause, looking up the driveway. You watch them take a breath, as if they are gathering courage. And then they walk into the darkness, into the trees, into the unknown, and you watch until you cannot see them anymore. Until they have become one with the shadows, until they have gone home, wherever home may be, and then you sit there, alone in the car. The engine hums, the dashboard lights glow, the night presses close, and you feel the weight of what you have done. Not a heavy weight, a light weight, a good weight, the weight of knowing that you have helped someone, that you have made a difference, that you have been a part of their story, and that is all you ever wanted, to be useful, to be kind, to be the person who stops when others keep driving, to be the light in the darkness, the helper on the road, the one who says, "Get in, I will take you home," and you will keep saying it, for as long as there are people who need to hear it, for as long as the road stretches out before you. For as long as the night is dark and the world is quiet and the stars are scattered across the sky, you will keep saying it, you will keep stopping, you will keep helping, because that is your gift to the world, and it is a gift worth giving, over and over, again and again, forever. You put the car back into drive, you pull onto the road, the yellow lines glow softly under your headlights, the trees lean in, watching, the night wraps around you like a blanket, and you drive through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless stretch of pavement that pulls you forward mile after mile into the heart of the night. And you know that this is where you belong, out here on the open road, moving through the darkness, helping others find their way home. This is your purpose, your calling, your life, and it is a good life. A meaningful life, a life worth living. Even if it is a life spent driving, even if it is a life spent alone, except for the brief moments when someone climbs into the passenger seat beside you, even if it is a life that never ends, that goes on and on night after night, mile after mile, forever, it is a good life, because it is a life of kindness, a life of service, a life of love. And that is the most important thing. That is the thing that matters most. Not where you're going, not where you have been, but how you treat the people you meet along the way. And you treat them well, you treat them with compassion, you treat them with respect, you treat them like they matter. Because they do. Every single one of them. Every person who stands by the side of the road waiting for someone to stop. Every lost soul who is searching for home. Every wanderer who needs a ride, they all matter, and you will stop for all of them. You will open your door for all of them. You will take them home, or as close to home as you can get. Because that is what the world needs. More kindness, more compassion, more people who are willing to stop and help and care. And you are one of those people. You have always been one of those people, and you always will be. You see the shape again, you slow down, you pull over. The person climbs inside, you drive. And as you drive, you feel a sense of peace settle over you, a sense that everything is right, that everything is as it should be, that you're exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do. And it is a beautiful feeling, a calming feeling, a feeling that fills you with warmth and light and hope. And you carry that feeling with you as you drive. You carry it through the darkness. You carry it through the silence. You carry it through every mile, every moment, every breath. And it sustains you. It comforts you. It reminds you why you are here, why you keep driving, why you will always drive. Because out here, on this road, you are not just a driver, you are a guide, a guardian, a friend to those who have no one else, and that is a sacred role, a holy role, a role that you are honoured to play. The road continues, the night deepens, the stars shine brighter, and you drive. You drive through the darkness, following the yellow lines, listening to the hum of the engine, feeling the cool night air on your face, and you know that you will keep driving. Tonight, tomorrow night, every night, for as long as the road exists. For as long as there are people who need a ride, for as long as the night is dark and the world is quiet, and the stars are scattered across the sky like tiny points of hope, you will keep driving, because that is who you are. You are the driver, and this is your road, your night, your journey, and it will never end. But you do not want it to end, because out here, on this road, in this car, moving through the darkness, you have found something precious. You have found meaning. You have found purpose. You have found peace. And that is all anyone can ever ask for, to find their place in the world, to find their reason for being, to find the thing that makes their life worthwhile. And you have found it. Out here, on the open road, driving through the night, picking up the people who wait by the side of the road, taking them home. Over and over, again and again, forever. You pass a sign that says, "Next exit 10 miles." But you do not take the exit. You stay on this road, because this is your road, and you will follow it wherever it leads, for as long as it takes, for as long as you are needed. The person beside you has been silent for a long time. You glance over at them. They're staring out the window, their face calm and peaceful. They look content, at ease, as if they have finally let go of whatever burden they were carrying, and you feel happy for them. You feel like you have helped them even if you do not know exactly how, even if all you did was give them a ride. Sometimes that is all someone needs. A ride, a moment of kindness, a reminder that they are not alone, and you have given them that, and it is enough. Here, the person says softly, you look ahead. There is a mailbox. You slow down. You pull over. The person opens the door. They pause for a moment as if they want to say something more, but they do not. They just nod. A small grateful nod, and then they step out into the night. You watch them walk away. You watch them disappear into the darkness, and you sit there for a moment, feeling the weight of the moment, the beauty of it, the sadness of it, the rightness of it, and then you put the car back into drive. You pull onto the road, and you continue. The yellow lines glow softly, the trees lean in, the night wraps around you, and you drive. You drive through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless stretch of pavement, and you know that you will see the shape again, you will stop again, you will give another ride, and another, and another. For as long as the road continues, for as long as the night is dark, for as long as there are people who need help finding their way home, you will be there, you will stop, you will open the door, you will say, get in, and you will take them where they need to go. Because that is your purpose, your gift, your life. And it is a beautiful life, a meaningful life, a life spent in service to others. And there is nothing more important than that, nothing more valuable, nothing more sacred. You see the shape again, you slow down, you pull over, the person climbs inside, and you drive. And as you drive, you feel a deep sense of contentment, a sense that you are part of something larger than yourself, part of a story that has been told for generations, part of a legend that will continue long after you are gone. The legend of the driver who picks up the hitchhikers, the driver who never refuses, the driver who takes them home, and you are honoured to be part of that legend, honoured to be the one behind the wheel, honoured to be the one who stops. The road curves gently. The trees whisper in the wind, the stars shine down from the vast dark sky, and you drive through the night, calm and steady and sure. You drive with purpose, you drive with love, you drive with the knowledge that what you are doing matters, that it makes a difference, that it changes lives, even in small ways, and that is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. The person beside you speaks. Why do you do this? They ask quietly. You think about the question. Why do you do this? You could say because you have to, because you were called, because the road chose you. But that is not the real answer. The real answer is simpler. Because it is right, you say. The person nods slowly. Yes, they say, it is right. And you drive on in silence, a comfortable silence, a peaceful silence, a silence that says everything that needs to be said. You pass a barn. It is old and leaning, its paint long gone, its boards weathered grey. But it is still standing, still there, still a part of the landscape. And you think about how everything out here is old. The signs, the mailboxes, the houses, the barns. Everything has been here for a long time. Everything has seen countless nights like this one, countless drivers like you, countless passengers searching for home. And everything will continue to be here long after tonight is over, long after you have driven past. Long after the last person has found their way home, the world keeps turning, the road keeps stretching, the night keeps coming. And that is comforting in a way, to know that you are part of something eternal, something unchanging, something that will go on and on forever. Here, the person says. You slow down, you pull over. The person opens the door. Thank you, they whisper. And they step out into the night. You watch them go. You watch them walk into the darkness. You watch them disappear. And then you are alone again. Just you and the car and the road and the night. And it is peaceful. It is calm. It is exactly how it should be. You put the car back into drive. You pull onto the road. The yellow lines glow softly. The trees lean in. The night presses close. And you drive. You drive through the darkness, through the silence, through the endless miles, and you know that you will keep driving for as long as it takes, for as long as you are needed, for as long as there are people waiting by the side of the road. You will be there, you will stop, you will help, because that is who you are, That is your purpose, that is your gift to the world, and it is a gift you will keep giving, over and over, night after night, mile after mile, forever. You see the shape again. You slow down, you pull over, the person climbs inside, you drive, and the cycle continues, on and on, into the heart of the night, into the depths of the darkness, into the endless stretch of road that has no beginning and no end. Just the journey, just the driving, just the helping, and that is all that matters. That is all there is. That is all there ever will be. You and the road and the night and the people who need a ride home, together moving through the darkness, together searching for something, together finding peace in the journey itself. And you are grateful. Grateful for the road, grateful for the night, grateful for the people who trust you, grateful for the chance to be of service, grateful for this life you have been given, this strange, beautiful, endless life on the open road. And you drive, and you drive, and you drive, through the darkness, through the silence, through the night that never ends, and you are at peace, you are content, you are home, not in a place, but in this moment, in this act of kindness, in this endless journey through the dark. This is your home, this is where you belong, this is who you are, the driver, the helper, the one who stops for those who need a ride, and you will always be here, on this road, in this car, moving through the night, picking up the people who wait by the side of the road, taking them home, over and over, again and again, forever and ever, because that is your story, that is your legend, that is your gift, and it is enough, it is more than enough, it is everything. The road continues, the night deepens, the stars shine bright, and you drive and you help and you care, and the world is a little less dark because of it, a little less lonely, a little more kind, and that is all that matters, that is all there is, that is all there ever will be, you and the road and the night, forever. The yellow lines glow softly under your headlights, the engine hums its gentle song. The cool night air whispers through the cracked window, and you drive, you see the shape again by the side of the road, you slow down as you always do, you pull over as you always do. The person walks toward you through the darkness. They open the door, they slide into the seat beside you. Thank you, they say softly, and you nod. You put the car into drive, and you move forward, into the night, into the darkness, into the endless road that stretches out before you. Together you drive in silence, two souls moving through the night, two travellers on the same journey, two people searching for home, and for this moment, you are not alone. For this moment, you are together. For this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. The road curves, the trees lean in, the stars shine down, and you drive. You drive with purpose, with peace, with love, and the night wraps around you both soft and gentle and kind. And you know that this is